Hello, I'm Alex. I'm the CIO of Dynamo Corporation. We've been using Employee Central for all of our HRIS needs, and it's proven to be quite a comprehensive system. But you know how it is. There are always requests for enhancements in that space. Different teams have been asking for means to support processes like contingent employee time tracking, health and safety programs, and tuition reimbursement programs. A couple weeks back, I got a request from Carla, our VP of Human Resources. She wanted to launch a company-wide initiative to promote nutrition and fitness, and she wanted IT to support her through that process. Well, I was in a fix. What should I do? Should we buy a product or a service for nutrition and fitness? That would mean we would need to invest a lot of time and money to configure and integrate that solution with our Employee Central to sync our employee organizational data. The second option was to build it in-house. That was also not an easy option, as it would require lots of engineering resources and investment, and it offers challenges of its own. That's when we got to know about Metadata Framework. Metadata Framework, or MDF, is the new and upcoming application development platform at SuccessFactors. Internally, a number of SuccessFactors applications like Employee Central, Time Off, and Position Management have been built on MDF. It's also been made available to external customers and partners who can use it to build their customer extensions. That makes it an excellent choice to extend SuccessFactors applications, especially Employee Central, as they all would be using the same underlying platform. MDF offers solutions for all the three tiers, data model, business logic, and UI, that would typically make up any application extension. Using MDF, we were able to quickly build the entities and entity relationships, in fact, the entire data model that was required for our nutrition and fitness extension. MDF has an easy-to-use UI that allows you to define your objects, individual fields, field data types, and associations. For example, here's one of our objects, participant. As you can see, we're leveraging already existing Employee Central entities like user object and existing organizational hierarchy objects like department and division. You don't have to map your entities to a physical data table anymore. No reason to write a SQL stored procedure or a SQL query. MDF manages all of that for you internally. So all you need to do is configure and define your objects. So you can define an entity and right the next minute start creating records for that entity. Creating entity relationships is also pretty easy. Also, the data model is extensible, so you could easily build and extend these relationships as you go. Next is the business logic. Using MDF, you can define your logic, business validations, and business processes through the rules engine and workflow. Here's an example. Using a simple rule like this, we could set department and division values in our participant object. You could also have business validations and calculations done using the rules. The business rule need not be a simple one. We have created complex rules with multiple expressions like this one. We also needed approval processes to be incorporated into this program. An employee would need manager approval to participate in this program. Well, that was easily achieved using the MDF workflow. As soon as the employee would enroll into a fitness program or request for additional fitness equipment, the workflow would be triggered, and notifications could be sent to the manager or the appropriate approvers. This was completely configurable, and the approval process could be easily configured to vary from department to department or team to team. The last piece of the puzzle was the UI. Every employee would like to track which nutrition and fitness programs they were enrolled in and their progress in those programs. The HR team could also monitor how their employees were doing and encourage them to do better. They could easily communicate with all of the participants and broadcast new programs or updates to existing programs. This was super simple using the cool configurable UI. We could easily configure our UI pages to display all of this information and integrate it into existing SuccessFactors pages like the employee profile page. The configurable UI was a simple-to-use UI designer that let us drag and drop fields, arrange relevant fields together, and define a cool UI layout. It allowed us to map the UI controls to the entity fields without a single line of code. and define dynamic UI behaviors, like hiding and showing fields or groups of fields through rules. In all, MDF is a complete application development platform that allowed us to build application extensions end-to-end, right from defining the objects to implementing the business logic to creating the UIs. MDF has distinct advantages that we've benefited from. We can build application extensions without writing a single line of code. Everything is managed through configuration using an intuitive user interface. That has saved us a lot of time, effort, and money. A non-technology savvy person can use MDF to create extensions. Your HR manager, who's just aware of the functional processes but is not technical, can leverage MDF and build an end-to-end application extension. That means we don't have to engage an outside partner or SuccessFactors professional services team to implement these additional functional scenarios for us. MDF offers tight integration with existing SuccessFactors modules like Employee Central. That means we don't have to replicate data across different disparate systems, which can lead to data redundancy and data sync issues. In conclusion, MDF is a perfect platform to easily build and extend SuccessFactors applications.